Hello students, let us start the second unit, poetry, to our BLE 30 Foundation English to our Thiruvalluvar University. The second unit is poetry, and the first poem is William Shakespeare's Time and Love. First I will give you the gist of the poem in Tamil very briefly. Yes, just listen. காலமும் அன்பும் அப்படிங்கிற இந்த போயம் 14 lines. I mean, I think you have heard the sonnet. Sonnetங்கிற ஒரு போயம், it's one of the form of a poem. அதாவது சானட்டுங்கிறது போயம் ஒரு வகையில் ஒன்று. ஸோ இந்த போயம் வந்து 14 வரிகளை கொண்ட சானட் போயம். அது காலம் அழிவு கருவியாக செயல்படுகிறது. ஆத்தர் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, இந்த காலம்ங்கிறது ஒரு அழிவு கருவியாக செயல்படுகிறது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொல்றாரு. அப்புறம் காலத்தின் கொடுமையான கைகள் அதிக பணம் செலவு செய்து கட்டிய பெரிய கட்டிடங்களை அழித்து விடுகின்றன. காலத்தால் எதையுமே மாற்ற முடியும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு வார்த்தையே இருக்கு. ஸோ அதை தான் சொல்றாரு. காலத்தின் அழிவு கருவியின் சீற்றமானது பித்தளையால் செய்யப்பட்ட நினைவு சின்னங்களை அழித்து விடுகின்றது. பெருங்கடலின் அலைகள் நிலத்தை அத்துமீறுகின்றது. எப்பொழுதாவது ஒரு சமயம் பெருங்கடல் நிலத்தை போன்று ஈரமில்லாமல் வறண்டு விடுகிறது. சூழ்நிலைகள் மாறுகின்றன. காலத்தால் மேன்மையும் பெருமையும் அழிக்கப்படுகிறது. இதை கண்ட கவிஞர் வருத்தமடைகின்றார். யாரு? ஷேக்ஸ்பியர். ஷேக்ஸ்பியர் இஸ் த ஆத்தர் ஆஃப் திஸ் போயட்ரி. காலமானது தனது இனிய நண்பனையும் அழைத்துவிடும் என்று நினைத்து வருந்துகின்றார். அதாவது நம்மளுக்கு பிடிச்சவங்கெல்லாம் செத்து கூட போயிடுறாங்க இல்லையா, டியூ டு த டைம். அது காலம் போக போக நம்மளுக்கு பிடிச்சவங்க எல்லாருமே உலகத்தில் இருக்கணும்னு எல்லாருக்கும் ஆசை தான். பட் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது இல்லை. ஸோ அந்த காலம் தன்னுடைய நெருங்கிய நண்பனை கூட கொன்றுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஆத்தர் ரொம்ப வருத்தப்படுறாரு. இந்த எண்ணம் கவிஞரை வருத்தமடைய செய்கிறது. தற்சமயம் கவிஞன் தனது நண்பனுடன் மகிழ்ந்து காணப்படுகிறார். தனது நண்பனை இழந்து விடுவதாக நினைத்து கவிஞர் பயப்படுகிறார். சொல்றது புரியுதுங்களா? ஸோ நம்ம லைஃப்ல வந்து நிறைய பேரை ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும், அவங்க இறந்துருவாங்க அப்படின்னு நினைச்சு இப்ப நான் கவலைப்படுறோம் இல்லையா? அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு போயம் தான் இந்த அதாவது காலம் வந்து எதையுமே செய்யக்கூடியது அப்படிங்கிறது தான் இந்த சானட் போயமோட தீம். இதை எழுதினவர் வில்லியம் ஷேக்ஸ்பியர். இப்போ நம்ம போயட்ரிக்கு போகலாம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லெட் அஸ் see the poetic lines by William Shakespeare. Time and Love. When I have seen my by time's fell hand defaced, the rich proud of outcome buried age, when sometime idly towers I see down raised, and brass eternal slave to mortal rage. When I have seen the hungry ocean gain advantage on the kingdom of the shore, and the firm soil win of the watery main, increasing store with loss and loss with store. When I have been such interchange of state or state itself confounded to decay, ruin hath laughed me, thus no ruminate, that time will come and take my love away. This thought is as a death which cannot choose but weep to have that which it fears lose. Let us see, this is the poetry. This was written by William Shakespeare. Let us see about the author. I have already given you the author introduction, William Shakespeare, while I have given the Macbeth story to you, the Shakespeare's drama. Also we can see here also. Okay, let us see about the author once again. It says William Shakespeare, he was born at the year 1563 and died at the year 1616, and he was he was born at Stratford, Avon, Warwick. Financial Misfortunes overtook his father, and William had to leave school at the age of 14 to earn money to help the family. So at the very earliest age, he gone to job for his family at the age of 14. We know nothing of the nature of his employment, but anyway, in his 19th year, he married Annie Hathaway, 8 years elder to him, but belonging to a rich family. His wife was a rich family girl. So he got married her in the age of 19. The marriage, however, proved hasty and unhappy. Tradition says Shakespeare fell into bad company and a deer-stealing escapade obliged him fly to London. Arriving in London in 1587, Shakespeare turned to the popular stage, becoming first an actor and then a playwright. For 20 years, his genius conjured up play after play. They have become immortal. He produced about 37 dramas, comedies, tragedies and historical plays, and 2 long romantic poems. He grew steadily in fame and wealth. He became a shareholder in the 2 leading theatres of the time and purchased property in Stratford-on-Avon, London. He retired his hometown in 1610 and passed away in 1616, exactly some 60-65 years old. So this is the author introduction. Let us see about the poem. Shakespeare belonged to the Elizabethan age, which is considered to be the golden age of English literature. The Elizabethan age was well known for its sonnet sequences. Many great poets like Sidney, Spenser, Marlowe, Shakespeare and Daniel wrote sonnets and sonnet sequences during this age. But Shakespeare's sonnets are generally considered to be the best among them. His sonnets are highly praised for their sweetness of language and felicity of expression. They also reveal the richness of Shakespeare's imagination. They also reveal the some of the Shakespeare's sonnets are addressed to a lady. Her identification is still controversial, and she is generally known as the Dark Lady of the Sonnets. A sonnet is a lyrical poem consisting of only 14 lines. These are 2 types of sonnets in English, the Petrarchian and Shakespearean. The Petrarchian sonnet and Shakespearean sonnet. The Italian type consists of 8 lines and then another 6 lines. That is the Italian type. The first 8 lines are descriptive, while the later 6 lines give the poet's conclusion. But a Shakespearean sonnet does not follow this scheme. In the first 12 lines, alternate lines rhymes. The last 2 lines form the conclusion. This is the Shakespearean sonnet. Yes. So the Italian type consists of 8 lines and then another 6 lines. The first 8 lines are descriptive, while the last 6 lines give the poet's conclusion. But the Shakespearean sonnet is not like that. The Shakespearean sonnet, the first 12 lines alternative lines rhyme. The last two lines form the conclusion of the poetry. So this is the Shakespearean sonnet. Now let us see this prescribed sonnet. Now this sonnet referred to as number 64. It is the 64th sonnet, described time is all destructive. The theme of the poem is time is all destructive. The destructive range of time destroys even monuments of brass. Sonnet 64 is remarkably similar to sonnet 60. And sonnet 64 ends in despair. Let us see what the meaning has taken place from line 1 to 10. Okay, from 1 to 10, the paraphrase of the lines is, time is all destructive. The cruel hands of time destroy big buildings constructed at enormous cost. The destructive range of time destroys even monuments of brass. Waves of the ocean encroach upon the land, and sometime the ocean becomes dry like land. Conditions change and greatness is destroyed by time. So this is the matter taken place from lines 1 to 10. From 11 to 14, it makes the poet sad for he knows that time will soon come and take away his beloved friend. This thought makes the poet sad, even at the moment he enjoys the company of his friend. He weeps, for he fears to lose his friend, even though he may be with him at the moment. Let us see the general explanation of the poem once again. Okay, sonnet 64 is similar to sonnet 60. So this is the sonnet 60. In sonnet number 60, beginning with the line, life as the waves made towards the pebbled shore. This is the poetic line. And Shakespeare expresses his confidence that his sonnets, which express his love for his young friend, will never be destroyed by the cruel hand of time. Time destroys youth and beauty. It destroys everything on earth. Nothing indeed can escape destruction by the cruel hand of time. Sonnet 60's concluding couplet evokes feelings of high-spirited joy. Sonnet 64 ends in despair. So this is the 64 sonnet is similar to sonnet 60. Next we see the depressing effect of the poet. How the poet is depressed by the reason. What is the reason for his depression? According to the poet, the splendid tombs of famous people, the statues of exalted personages, and the memorials of celebrities have suffered severe damage with the passing of time. So the time can damage all the events. They now lie in ruins. The sight of these dilapidated monuments has a very depressing effect on the poet. It reminds him that his beloved friend would also suffer a similar fate and would die. The poet's fear of losing his friend making him shock and tears of grief. So this is it. So this is the poet's depression of mind. The time will change everything. The time will destroy each and everything. Like that, his friend also will die. That is the depression of the poet. Let us see the monuments reflect the noblest idea of humankind. In this sonnet, the poet is portrayed as a historian, philosopher, and antiquarian who dreams of time's relentless destruction of ancient glories, monuments that reflect the noblest ideas of humankind, castles, churches, and cities will one day be confounded to decay. That is it. And sonnet 64 ends in despair. How? It is remarkably similar to sonnet 60, yet each sonnet concludes in a very different tone. Many of the same images are found in both sonnets. The ocean's fireless pounding of the shore, the give and take battle between water and the land, and the use of the word confound characterize time's ceaseless progress. However, whereas sonnet 60's concluding couplet evokes feelings of high-spirited joy and confidence, sonnet 64 ends in despair. The poet is now certain that death will take my love away, but he no longer seems satisfied that his verse will ensure the youth's immortality. The sonnet's last two lines convey a grievous, depressing tone by the poet. The sonnet's last two lines. This thought is as a death which cannot choose but weep to have that which it fears to lose. The poet finally acknowledges the youth's and his own mortality. So this is the poem, Time and Love. So Shakespeare expressed his distress, his depression towards this poem, that time will change each and everything. Change is the only change in life, that was told by one Greek philosopher. So change is the only change. So this change was done by the time. Time only gives the change, isn't it? So that was well expressed by William Shakespeare in a very beautiful manner through this sonnet. Thank you. This is the poem. Thank you. Thank you.